So hello everyone. We are presenting an existing project many of you already know well. It's called Wikidocumentaries. It has been started maybe 2018 and it was created at that point to the stage that it is currently. And at this stage we would like to invite everyone for collaboration. The idea is to start working on the project and continue working on it. So I have this little video I can show at the same time about the project. This is a website in this address. And it is a multilingual site that displays all the things that there are in Wikidata, but in a visual form. So here you would look, well, this example shows how you look for art, and this is how what it goes to Wikidata, as you know, with all the connections and everything, with millions of items, and this is what Wikidata is, but this is now how Wikidocumentaries displays the same data. It connects to other items through galleries, but these kinds of, we call those galleries, those kinds of rows, as well as it shows the maps or the articles, and all of these are linked to each other and further on to other such pages. And it also connects to external sources here to OpenStreetMap and gets these shapes from there. And also these are points from Wikidata. And the other aspect of it is that it also displays everything in all these languages that are in Wikidata. It's either the content that comes from Wikidata, but then on the other hand, the interface is translated in Translate Wiki. And here, each one of the articles can be displayed also in the frame of your language. If it doesn't exist in your language, it can be displayed in another language. And if that language article seems to be very good, you can jump into content translation to translate into your language, into your wiki. And here there are some image, it goes into image repositories on the web, and it displays these images. The search is currently not very good, which is a very good, one of the good opportunities for collaboration, and we'd really like to continue working on those, aggregating material from all over the web. So it has these displays as well as the metadata displays, and this is one of the big ideas of how to work further with this metadata and map those to Wikidata. So here's one scenario of georeferencing images in space, and that is based on an existing script that just needs to be integrated. And here is an actual live integration of entity tree, an existing family tree component, and it has been just added to the Wikidata environment. So here are some addresses. So this was a quick run through of the environment. So I also have slides, and let's go there. So is it now that the slides you see? Maybe yes. Okay. Oh, yes. Here. So the idea of how I think it relates very much to this event is that this is really meant for small history, it's a microhistory thing. It's not meant for only connecting with GLAMs and Wikimedia projects. The idea is that there would be more and more of individual smaller histories, and what we were talking about earlier today of different coexisting ontologies. And one of the integrations, maybe we could call, is what is here to explain how Wikisource could be present on Wikidocumentaries. And I can forward these slides. Bodhi, how would you like me to do?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Susanna. I hope everyone knows about Wikisource, but those who are not much familiar with Wikisource, Wikisource is a free online digital library under the Wikimedia umbrella, and here the volunteer communities come together to transcribe scanned text and proofread them and make them ready to be read by the book readers by providing different reading formats like EPUB and MOBI, etc. So there are many language wiki sources, and which are doing a great job for almost 20 years. Here you can here in Wikisource you not only can find fictions like novels, poems, etc., but you can also find reference materials, sets of encyclopedia, dictionaries, etc. So that can be used in different other projects. For example, the dictionary can be used for building the Wikidata lexeme for a language or something like that. So next slide, please, Susanna.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think you all are familiar with how Wikipedia is integrating with Wikidata, but there are some communities in Wikisource also who are trying to integrate Wikidata into their interface. The French Wikisource community, Nicolas is here, I think. Bengali Wikisource communities are very open to Wikidata, and they are trying to integrate that into their system. So the first image, so I think one image is gone. Right? The last image is gone.
On this page.
Sorry. Oh, anyway, so the first image is from the index pages. In the index pages, you can you can index a book. You can check if the pages are correct or not, the sequence of the pages are correct or not, if some pages are missing or not. And also you can provide a short metadata about a book, like who is the author and where is the publication place and who is the publisher, etc., and in which year it was published. So in most of the Wikisource, they are still done manually, but in these Wikisources like French and Bengali, they are fetched from Wikidata. The second image is from a publisher namespace, which is a special namespace used in Bengali Wikisource, where we list the books which are published by a publisher, and that list is generated by Listeria, and obviously that data comes from Wikidata. There was a third image which I think somehow got deleted, but that is fine because that is Wikidata info box, which are used in our author namespaces, publisher namespaces, and work namespaces. So in all these three images, here there are two images, but in all these two images, you can find the link of Wikidocumentaries, the logo of Wikidocumentaries, because we are trying to, because sometimes it happens that there are some topics which are there on Wikisource, but they are not represented on Wikipedia. So sometimes, for example, a book edition is very rarely represented on Wikipedia, but it is much more than a text itself. There are some backstory there. There are some things which are related to that book edition, which can be represented in different way. And we thought that Wikidocumentaries is a great idea, and it can be used for visualizing that purpose. So next slide, please. Oh, okay. Yeah, so that magically appears. Yeah, that was the info box. Okay. Okay, so this is one example of a book edition. It is a travelogue written by a Bengali writer who traveled to Afghanistan in 1930s. And so you can see in the Wikidocumentaries page, it is completely blank, because Wikidocumentaries still is in a development phase, and it is trying to get the content from Wikidata only, the text content from Wikidata only. So it does not bring any data from Wikisource. So we can incorporate Wikisource into this into this platform. Next slide, please. Like this. So this is the first paragraph of the first chapter of this book, and usually in Wikisource we keep the chapters in different sub pages, and that chapters are linked with each other. They are easily navigatable, and you can move from one chapter to another. So you can Wikidocumentaries can access the Wikisource API and then can use this text format and put it into some specific space there. Next slide. Wikisource can also actually it can also give the book reading formats like MOBI, EPUB, etc. There we use a tool called Wikisource Expert, which is not a very perfect tool, but it works as of now. So we can integrate that into Wikidocumentaries. So there may be one link which can direct readers to go read the entire text on Wikisource website. Also, it can fetch data from Wikidata and find about the main subject of the book, which is there not in the edition data but also in the work data, but it can move there. It is possible, and that's why the image of Kabul is showing up here. It's a travelogue to Afghanistan through Kabul towards the road to Kabul, and that's why the image of Kabul is showing there. So if we can increase the data, more and more data there, it can come up into Wikidocumentaries in the future. Next slide, please. So there can be other possibilities, like Wikidocumentaries can build a digital bookshelf, which can do some cool queries, like there are some basic queries here, like if a publisher, if a Wikidocumentary page is about a publisher, then you can have a digital bookshelf about editions of books published by a publisher, or about if there is a book page about an author, then you can put a digital bookshelf with editions of books written by an author. You can also put different contemporary books in different languages or different editions of same literary works. There are many cool queries which can be done there and can be added there. Need some design thing, cool stuff there. And books also contain some images which are uploaded to Wikimedia Commons. Most of the time they are using a template called extracted from, so that can be parsed and used in the image gallery of Wikidocumentaries. Obviously, we can explore their SDC too. So the next thing which is there, maybe it is not coming in near future. We can link and display the persons, places, etc. mentioned in the book, but still Wikisource is a very unstructured website. It contains text, and we are still we have to still figure out how to display or link the author's places without that old WikiLinks way. So maybe that can be done in future, but not for now. But yeah. So there are many other possibilities. When these are all in idea level discussions. We are discussing this for last few weeks. So maybe that can happen in future. Over to Susanna.
Thank you very much. I am hearing myself in echo. It's very exciting to see how there are links all over the Wikiverse as well as outside, and how to take advantage of those. And actually, as we saw in Olaf's presentation as well, I would like to go over to another presentation that I will try to show rather briefly. Bert Spaan has just recently released his All Maps project, and we have been discussing how it could be linked to Wikidocumentaries. And I will show a video of his work, and I will share it right now. And it's there, and it is running already. So I guess it's also without sound. Okay, so this is a Library of Congress map that has an IIIF manifest, and when that is brought to All Maps, it can be georeferenced online in a browser. And all this functionality includes most of the same functionalities that exist in the Wikimap swapper, as well as the previous New York Public Library map swapper. So you can do all this online and save the data to this All Maps server. I'm doing this maybe uneducated voiceover to this. Bert wasn't able to join us today, but you will see also how you can take this manifest and show this whole process and the result on a map, and bring it to external applications as well. So what we would be able to do in Wikidocumentaries is, of course, then to do much of this in hidden from the user, so that the user will only do the actual either just show them, see the map, or just do the georeferencing in the tool and be then able to use it. And I have, I wonder, yeah, I'm sharing it again. I have made a very brief sketch of this, how this would work in the, oops, how can I get further? Oh, unless we are seeing it again. So this would be like, you saw earlier how images are displayed. So it could be these images, these map images could be one of the images that are there on Wikidocumentaries. And you would have the metadata of the file, but you could also then go to georeference them. And here you have that process like outlined and just embedded in the Wikidocumentaries sketches, like user interface. And in the slides that I will share, you will have also super interesting stuff that has been released as well by Bert, and his contact here as well. So there are several other scenarios for different things. We are working with Tuukka, who is here talking next. We are working on a GLAM assignment of bringing this Wikidocumentaries to an exhibition space. It's going to be something very simple, just maybe a simplified user interface. But there are also other opportunities for GLAMs, for example, how they could be present on this platform of, and this maybe I'll just briefly say because I just drafted this here. So the upper part is a shape expression idea that, you know, a GLAM could say that we are experts in this and this and this, and it would show those topics as a, it could be in a way a query, or then the other way around, that this the icon or the logo of this specific GLAM would be then visible on the page of that all those topics that fall into this shape expression. Or then there would be the presence, like here in the lower part, of the presence, or like questions, and the personnel, the experts could be present where the materials are. So this is the kind of like the very easy exhibition layout that I was mentioning. So we talked about these campaigns earlier today, so I'm just skipping, and I'm just going to briefly show these few ideas that have been thought about, and then I'm going to give over to Tuukka. Please, Tuukka.
Just sorry for interrupting, but you have just 3 minutes left before the next session.
Yes, okay. But Tuukka,
Thank
you
you.
will have to then conclude. I will give you the rest of the time.
All right. Yeah, I have only a few small points. Basically, just a reminder that this is an open source project, so it's on GitHub, and we hope to have collaboration on the level of code as well. And since this is supposed to be a generic tool, we can't make it alone. So definitely, for instance, if you have created some visualization, it would be valuable for us to embed it. And technically, it can be an iframe embed of your HTML page, or then if you have created a view component, we can include this view component on the page for those items that your tool can visualize. And then the other side is that if you think that this kind of visualization is useful for users of your tool, then you could link from your tool to the page on Wikidocumentaries, so that they can view those aspects that your tool alone might not be able to visualize to the users. So this way we could help all the tools to for the users to discover all the different tools that exist. Yeah, I think that's mostly it. I hope there's some place where we can continue the discussions afterwards.